Is Chips and Salsa at Glorieta Adventure Camp even worth riding? It has jumps, the biggest berms I've ever seen, and is the longest flow trail I have ever ridden at 1.5 miles, and I've ridden all over the entire lower 48 states. Today on Trail Preview Thursdays, I am breaking down Chips and Salsa Trail with a full POV ride and breakdown, so that way you know exactly what the trail looks like. And I may have had an over the bars crash, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Chips and Salsa sits in a pretty nice spot where most intermediates will be able to ride down it, and advanced riders will love this trail as well, being able to send the jumps higher and farther than anybody else. I would rate Chips and Salsa as a blue-black just because the jumps are definitely probably more on the blue-black side of things. They're all tabletops and they're definitely all rollable, but I definitely think that the jumps lean more to the blue-black side of things. This trail is extremely fun. You'll find rolling corners, rollers to gain speed, jumps, and it is a perfectly built flow trail, so you don't even need to pedal or use your brakes. I would definitely recommend not going into the mindset that you don't need your brakes, so that way you're still able to stop and don't go flying out one of the berms. Some of the trail features that you will encounter on Chips and Salsa are tabletop jumps, berms, there's a small little rock garden, very fast straightaways, braking bumps, if you call those a feature. There's not as many on this trail as like a bike park, but there are definitely a few when it goes into the berms. And it's just really fun for single track. I do believe that there are a few like rock jumps towards the end of it, but that might be on the Glorieta big jump line, but I think it's on Chips and Salsa. And then at the end, there are a few rocks that you can ride up onto, and then a big wooden bridge as well. Glorieta is in the mountains with Santa Fe, so I would definitely recommend checking the weather before you go to make sure that the trails are all clear and ready to go. If it is dry out, then the trails run amazing. If it's wet, then you probably shouldn't ride them. So just make sure that you check the trail conditions before you go. Who should ride this trail? And if you're a beginner, I would definitely not recommend going on Chips and Salsa. This is probably just a good way to knock out your confidence instead of gain more confidence. There are easier trails to go on, and Chips and Salsa at Glorieta is just not one for you to go on. Everything is rollable. So if you're an intermediate rider looking to progress your skills, they are all tabletops and are all rollable, so I would definitely recommend that you can probably ride this trail. And if you're an advanced rider, there are the optional gap jumps on the side of the jumps to make them probably about 15 to 20 feet longer, depending on the jump that's there. So yeah, there are features for everybody to enjoy, intermediate to advanced. And yeah, this trail just flows extremely well. You don't need to pedal at all if you keep your momentum, which is the sign of a perfectly built flow trail. So let's go ahead and drop in. floaty. If you like flow trails with berms, rollers, and jumps, this trail is definitely for you. It was a really fun trail, built precisely right, and was just a lot of fun. Let me know in the comments if you've ridden Chips and Salsa or if you want to go ride Chips and Salsa, and go ahead and check out my full Glorieta video right here. And until next time, don't forget to go find your epic.